Branding your business is so important, yet can be so overwhelming for small business owners just starting out. Where do you start? What does branding your business really look like? How can small businesses brand themselves in a way that makes an impact? These are all questions small business owners often have. So today I'm going to give you 6 simple, clear steps you can take today so that by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what steps to take to brand your business effectively. What's up, everybody? I'm Brandy with Life Marketing, the digital marketing agency with a mission to help small businesses grow. Real quick, go ahead and like this video for me, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the business growing videos that we put out every single week. All right, so to start, I think it would be helpful to look at a definition of the word branding. This one says branding is the marketing practice of creating a name, symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other products. It then goes on to say your brand is your promise to your customer. It tells them what they can expect from your products and services, and it differentiates your offering from that of your competitors. Your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. So right off the bat, we see that a brand is not just surface level deep. It's more than just a name and a logo. There should be thought, purpose, meaning, and strategy behind the production of a name or logo. So the 6 quick steps I'm going to walk you through today will help you identify what your name and logo stands for and what your brand embodies. So jumping right in with step number 1, write down what you provide, who you provide it for, and why. You might think you know these things in your head, but writing them down will not only give you instant clarity about your business, it will also make branding your business so much easier. So let's look at an example together to understand this better. Let's say you open up a cafe. It's tempting for a lot of business owners of any industry, not just cafe owners, to want to say, I want everybody and anybody to be my customer. I'm using a cafe as our example here because that mindset often holds true, especially in the restaurant industry, because everyone has to eat, right? But we've all heard the marketing saying, if you're marketing to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. So even with a cafe where you're providing food, which is something that everyone needs, even then you need to have a certain demographic in mind. You need to have a target buyer persona nailed down. So let's say your cafe offers a vegan menu. Even though you may get customers who are not vegan come in and enjoy a meal, your marketing and branding should still be centered around the vegan consumer. This will help give you a starting point with your branding because if you can identify exactly who your product or service is for, the way you orient your messaging will fall naturally into place from there. For example, maybe the vegan cafe's previous messaging revolved around something vague like healthy meals or fresh food for family. But if the entire menu is vegan, then your messaging should specifically reflect things your ideal vegan consumer would care about, like all vegan menu or plant-based dining, etc. Step 2 is to then ask yourself what makes you unique. Continuing with our example, there are countless cafes across the globe, including vegan cafes. So what makes this one different? You've solidified who your product or service is for, and that in itself will help you narrow down your messaging and audience, but now you need to take it a step further and ask yourself what makes you different or specifically better than your competitors. This means you will need to conduct a thorough competitor analysis, which is something Morgan teaches you how to do in this video. And I encourage you to be diligent in this step because I think a lot of small business owners think they know what sets them apart, but you may be surprised when you actually conduct the research. Because in order to determine what makes you unique, you need to know what sets you apart from your competitors and what your audience cares about. I've shared this before on our channel, but a common example we see a lot are business owners thinking that their product is better because it's cheaper and more affordable than their competitors. But is price your customer's top priority? In the instance of our mock vegan cafe, maybe people would rather pay more to ensure that the food is also organic because they value health over cost. So in that case, even though a lower price would be unique to your cafe and set you apart from competitors, it might not prove to be a positive difference, depending on what your ideal buyer persona cares about. This is just one example, so again, I encourage you to sit down and do the research both on your competitors and your ideal target market. And if you want further guidance on this, I do have one other video that I will link in the description that goes into more detail and walks you through that entire research process step for step. All right, now step 3 is to write down your company values. You may find that you've already inadvertently done this as a result of steps 1 and 2, but if you haven't already already, now is the time to write down what your brand values are. Your company values could range anywhere from being internal values like teamwork, accountability, communication, etc., to being external and worldly like environmentalism or standing against animal cruelty, etc. 13% of consumers would pay 31 to 50% more for your products or services if they were under the impression that your business is making a positive impact on the world. So take a moment to determine what matters to you and figure out how you want to incorporate that with your company. Now, step 4 is to design your name, logo, and brand guide. You'll want your name, logo, and brand fonts and colors to all reflect everything you've written down so far, what your business provides, who it provides it for, and what you stand for. Now, I have a lot of resources for you here if you feel lost on where to start. Jelly has a tutorial on how to design your logo here, and Sean has a video on color psychology to help you pick out the right colors for your brand, and Jelly has another video here on how to create a brand guide. All 3 of those will be linked in the description, so I definitely suggest giving those a watch. One example of these things in action is that a lot of companies who promote non-toxic, clean ingredient products often have a green, leafy, natural-looking logo because it supports their underlying mission and products. As another example, it would feel out of place if a soothing spa that offers nice massages and facials had a harsh black and white logo, right? Because those colors designed like that don't evoke a peaceful, soothing feeling. So beyond the name of your business, the way you display that name and brand, your graphics, website, and more all do truly have an impact on your audience. So it's important that steps 1 through 3 are all apparent in the brand guide you design in this step. Now, before we move on to the last 2 steps, first, here's a quick message from Morgan about our new monthly coaching program.
Hello! We just helped a small business make over $1.5 million through Facebook advertising. After managing millions of dollars of ad spend for thousands of small businesses and creating thousands of social posts to help businesses connect with their customers, we know how to get results. And we want to help small businesses get results too. So we've decided to give away our knowledge, learning experiences, resources, tools, and feedback to help you achieve results for your digital marketing efforts. If you want to learn the blueprint for success, the best practices from some of the fastest growing companies in the world, get access to all the tools you'll need, and get live expert guidance from yours truly, stop what you're doing and sign up for our coaching program today.
All right, step 5 is to finalize your website. Once you nail down your brand guide, you'll want to update your website to reflect your logo, brand colors, and fonts. Jelly has another great video on this as well, so I will link it in the description. She gives you important tips to keep in mind when designing or redesigning a small business website. And then last but not least, step 6 is to set up your social media channels. You'll want to research to see where your specific target market spends the most time. Is it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest? Determine the top 2 or 3 platforms and make sure your accounts on there are A, set up correctly and fully, and B, unified in branding with the same names, usernames, logo, profile, icons, and colors. Now, we have countless social media marketing videos on this channel, as well as a digital marketing basics playlist. So I'm not going to get into how to market yourself from there. You can check out any of those other videos on our channel for that. But for this step, it's just important to know that people check out your social media just as much, if not more, than your website. So it's important to have consistent branding throughout because brand consistency has been known to increase revenue by 33%. And that wraps up my 6 steps for small business branding. I know sometimes branding can seem sort of abstract with no clear starting point, so I hope this video helps give you some direction and clarity. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comments and I'll get back to you there. Otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell before you go, and I will see you in the next episode.